Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. You can see that I have a friend with me today. Yes, it
Hello,
is.
everyone.
Yeah, the one and only Will Carne.
It me.
Yes, I have literally never talked about him before, but
Here I am.
so Will is somebody I know from a group called London Small YouTubers. So
We are both small YouTubers who live in London.
yes,
It's very self-explanatory, really.
I mean, you know what? It's a very well titled group, isn't it? So I thought we'd make a video today talking about the mental health of YouTubers and kind of burnout and what it means. Yeah, and just talking about, how they cope with it all. Because, I think both of us have been doing it. Well, I've been doing it for just a little over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to be doing it for a lot longer.
I've been on YouTube for 10 years.
10 years.
So I'm an old school.
So almost original YouTube.
Almost, yeah. Back in the day. Back in the day of Charlie is a cool like. That's when I started.
That's some time ago.
Like who?
He still does videos, doesn't he? Every now and again.
He just moved to Canada with a cat. I think
Yeah.
he's done. Retired.
I think a big topic at the moment is burnout. Because people think, maybe rightly or wrongly, that the YouTube algorithm that promotes videos is against them unless they post at least once a week and
Even more like once a day.
Yeah, sometimes once a day, depending on the content. But if they miss an upload, then their channel's going to crash and die.
Wow.
Crash and die. But this means, of course, that YouTubers' mental health comes into question because it's all very well. Most people have 4 weeks holiday in the year. If you've got a full-time job like I have, then you have time off which you take from your job. But
Whereas if you're a YouTuber and you're basically freelance, you can work as much or as little as you want. And I think what we're saying is YouTubers sometimes have a habit of just working all the time because they've got this pressure to make content, so they're just always working all the time,
yeah.
which can lead to burnout.
Yes.
Is that your point?
No, that is my point. If you're the kind of person that uploads videos that are time sensitive, you can't even film 4 or 5 in advance and have them released over a time period whilst you go off on holiday. Or you might think that you have to film your holiday as part of your content, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. So it means that there's people, I think, you get in the habit of not having any downtime. So if you're a YouTuber and you film your life as part of your content, then it's very easy to feel like you're working all the time. Because if you're like a vlogger, that's probably the easiest case of burnout, because you're filming everything. You're always working, always worrying. And your poor brain never has a chance to just rest.
Yeah.
Apart from when you're asleep. But even then, if you're thinking about the next day and planning and coming up with things, imagine what is going on in your poor little head if you never give it time off. And so unsurprisingly, some YouTubers burn out, which is where their body or their mind, one of the two, just packs up. It's just gone, you've done too much. No, thank you. And yeah, it's unsurprising that it's happened to so many people.
Yeah. Especially, obviously, full-time YouTubers, it is their job. So if they think that their channel's going to fail, then, they're not going to have that income anymore. And that's what creates the stress.
I had a talk by someone who talks about being freelance. So I'm a freelancer as well, on top of everything else I do, which basically just means you work for yourself and decide when you work. And it was about accounting or something boring like that. But one of the things he said is you should only work as much as you need to fund your lifestyle, like your chosen lifestyle. Aside from that, you need to plan downtime for yourself. You need to plan when you're going to relax and when you're going to have a break. Because I think it's outside of YouTube, it's a problem for freelancers in general. It's just not because you can work as much as you want. It's not like you've got a contract and a 9 to 5. I think it's tempting to just work all the time. Yeah. Because you enjoy doing it, you enjoy making YouTube videos. So you think, I love doing it. I'm going to do it 7 days a week. But then,
yeah,
I think what's going on in your brain. Your brain wants to just watch Netflix sometimes.
Well, exactly.
Not Spawn.
That's actually a really good point that you just made, because I told some bigger YouTuber people that I happen to have contact with on various platforms to stop doing so much work. I can see that some of them are doing too much, that you know, and I get that sometimes things come all along at the same time, and that's unavoidable. But other times, you know, they are clearly taking on too much, and I think that's, you know, it's a problem with freelancers in general. But I think particularly with YouTubers and how they view how they get their content out and how they must get their content out.
Yeah, because they think the difference is they think there's a pressure from like an outside source, from YouTube and the algorithm, and also from their audiences to like make more and more and faster. But like, yeah, I think it's important to know that you probably, if you go a little bit slower, make videos a little bit like more realistically, and just schedule in even one day a week, even take Sunday off. Just say to yourself, on Sunday, I'm not going to reply to emails or film anything or edit anything every week.
Yeah.
Just a little thing like that, I think, can avoid burnout. Because what I've learned is that you just got to learn about how your body works and how your brain works. And it's not designed to just be churning out and working frantically all the time. Like, that's why you sleep. That's why we sleep, is we sleep so we can just rest our bodies.
I love sleep.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love sleep.
Same.
It's one of my favourite things.
Yeah. I've taken to napping recently.
Have you?
I'm 22 and I've learnt the wonder of like an hour nap in an afternoon, maybe once a week. It's wonderful. You wake up refreshed and then it's like out, got the evening.
22 going on 72.
Exactly. Great. Love a nap. Can't recommend enough.
But Will here is a film student at the moment.
I am. I study the film.
Yeah, and that seems to take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to be always working on something.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that, your projects, which aren't necessarily... Or are all your projects for university? Or do you do other projects as well, don't you?
So I've learnt to be clever, and I will invent a project that ticks all the boxes. So,
Right. Yeah.
So everything I'm working on generally goes with everything else now, rather than it being a thing for uni and a thing for YouTube and a thing for like corporate. Now I'm just like, pay me to make this thing for YouTube that I can also submit for uni.
Make sure that you get all your requirements together and...
Yeah.
And,
so I don't have to do too much.
Yeah, do something which meets
But
all...
yeah, I've learned to take things a lot slower with these kind of projects. So the kind of films I make take months to make, take months to do and organise, because you've got to plan like big locations and like big crews and cameras and like blah blah blah. But like the films that I'm making, like the film I've just made, I probably could have done it in a couple of months if, you know, I wanted to go mental and work every single day. Or you can work Monday to Friday and have a team of people and do it a bit more slowly and happily.
Yeah, and that's a really good segue into what we were going to talk about today. There was something else we were going to talk about, which is Will's new film.
I have a film, everyone.
Yeah, I've seen it already. I saw it a couple of months ago in a kind of
You
premiere.
got an advanced screening. Look at you, you're so fancy. Everyone doesn't get that. They have to wait months and watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. It's called Dear Will Carne.
It is.
And it's going to be out when?
On the 10th of March.
10th of March.
Which is a Sunday.
On Will's YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel. It's for free. You can just sit and watch an hour-long film, which is all about a similar topic that we've been talking about today. So it's kind of about mental health as a YouTuber.
Yeah. So do you want to give everybody a synopsis? Of
a synopsis.
Yeah.
So the idea behind it is it's kind of, I filmed myself for 2 years. And then it's kind of like a series of letters to myself reflecting back on my mental health across 2 years, and it kind of has childhood videos and stuff, and it's meant to sort of show just one case of one ordinary person and what goes on in their head, with the hope that some other people can learn from my mistakes and also maybe relate in a way.
Yeah. And it's a kind of hyper-realised version of yourself.
Yes.
As far as I can tell. I mean, so without giving too much of the plot line away, the character in the film, which is Will, is a YouTuber that got mega famous off a few videos.
Yes, I realised when I was making it that I didn't have to be totally truthful for the sake of artistic license. So yeah, it does start off with my face on a billboard in Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah.
But
Was that real?
No.
Yeah, okay, fine.
there's a little thing we call CGI, computer generated imagery. No, I was not on a billboard. Spoilers.
I thought, I thought you might have called in a favour or two.
To be honest, although I like to think I could, 2 years of my life is interesting enough to hold people, I did have to put in a little bit of fancy things.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would just be me sat in my bedroom for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true. But you went to loads of places to film, didn't you?
So we shot it over 5 different cities. So we went to Iceland, various places across America, and London to shoot it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. The idea being that we kind of had these cool places to go to look at while you're listening to kind of more serious topics.
Did you base any of that on a YouTuber or a couple of YouTubers which you watch, or was it just kind of this monolith, mythical kind of YouTuber which you kind of made up yourself?
I don't know. I don't think I based it on anyone in particular. I think it just kind of happened. The only really imaginative, made up bits is the bit at the beginning with me on a billboard. Everything else is we just added a few little bits to help tell the story. So bent the truth in a few ways. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's based on anyone in particular.
Cool.
Unless it is subconsciously.
Yeah, it's
It's based on you, Andy.
It's me. But all I do is sit in my bedroom and
Exactly what it is.
Oh, I'm in it as well.
You're in it. You are.
I am. My face does not appear at any point because I was never filmed, which is probably a good reason.
But you have a voiceover in it.
Yeah, I just about heard it at the
Listen
screen.
out. It's
So-
roughly 35 minutes in. I think you can hear Andy.
Yeah.
If
So
you're so inclined.
I tell you what, if you watch the film on Will's YouTube channel, come back to this video and comment the time code of where you think you heard me.
And I'll keep an eye out.
There we
and then
go.
if anyone gets it right,
There we
you
go.
get a prize from Andy. He's going to send you something.
Oh, I'm so glad I edited this. Just in case I do keep this in, there are no prizes on offer.
I'll tell you what, I'll send them a Will Carne Pictures postcard.
Okay, there we go.
I'll message you with the address. And
Yes.
We'll do that.
There we go. Competition.
Competition time. Whoa,
Yeah,
this video has taken a turn.
Wow. I tell you what, channel optimization full throttle here.
I'll write it on my Sunday off that I take off. Because back to full swing, we're covering all the topics. To avoid burnout, got to take weekends off.
Yeah.
But on that Sunday, I'm going to write a postcard.
Excellent.
There we go.
This is what the title's going to video be. It's going to be...
Free postcard, burnout.
Okay, last question about the film. You say it relates to mental health, and I think some of the point of the film is a way of communicating to people about your mental health and where you are with not just with uni and all the rest of it, but just in life in general. How did you come to arrive to this kind of medium being the thing that you tell everybody about? Is it because you are a creative little butterfly?
Yes. Honestly, the making of this film was really bizarre. I haven't actually talked about this yet. Well, you have an exclusive.
Oh, I've got it. Look at this.
I was making another film. That's why I filmed for 2 years. I was making a
Right.
completely different film, and then had this basically breakdown, this burnout, and looked around at my hard drive and realised I'd filmed it. And so I had an opportunity to make a documentary about it, of showing what it's like to just have an ordinary person and see kind of what goes on. Turning it into a film was a very kind of natural process for me, because I make films all the time and YouTube videos. That's basically what I do day to day. So it was kind of very therapeutic to be able to turn all of the treatment and learning that I'd done over sort of a period of months into a film and sort of release it to everyone. Plus, I think if anyone has any kind of illness, you kind of have to tell people around you, and that can be quite difficult depending on what it is. You'll be like, oh, I was ill, I was in hospital at this time. And so I thought, just put it in a film, invite everyone along, they can watch it together, and I can be like, any questions? Nope, you're good. On your bike, have a postcard.
That's basically what happened at the premiere, basically.
Yeah, it finished, and there was a silent shock, and I was like, I'm going to allocate a few minutes in case anyone has any questions. Right? Any questions? Everyone was like,
no.
So I was like, all right.
Thank you very much, Will.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be on your channel.
I'm very excited for you to be on my channel.
Are you? This is my favourite sexual health YouTube channel in the UK that I actually watch.
So you don't watch Hannah, no?
Don't keep that in. I need a good relationship with Hannah.
Sorry?
I need a good relationship with Hannah. Good working relationship. I can't slag her off.
Oh, okay, fine.
Let me rephrase this. I like you as much as Hannah Whitty.
So you can watch Will's film, Dear Will Carne, on Will's YouTube channel, which I shall link below.
YouTube.com/Carne.
Yes, I shall link below. Probably. And maybe even put it like around now. Or you can subscribe to me, and I make videos more or less every week, so you can do that here. Or you can watch another video, it's about here. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.